Okay, factorization part 2. In the previous part 1, we talked about the common difference. Now, we're going to talk about the difference between two squares. Now, very important for this before we begin, you can only do this when two squares are separated by a minus sign. This is very important. So what happens if there's a plus sign? We say there's no solution, okay? So please, you can only do this when the two squares are separated by a minus sign. Now this, the difference between two squares is the opposite of expanding difference of square binomials. Now when I'm talking about the difference between two squares, we will use this example. This is a quite easy one that you'll get. So the difference between two squares saying these two are both perfect squares, meaning if I root this and I root this, I'll get like a complete answer, not an irrational number. Okay, a rational number. So my answer will be there, and firstly, very important, there's a minus sign, so I can continue. So from there on, I'll make two brackets. Very important, two brackets. In the one, I'll have a negative sign, and the other one, I'll have a positive sign. Okay, this you will do always. So when you see it is the difference between two squares, you'll make two little brackets, one negative and one positive. So what is the square root of x to the power of 2? Okay, these two cancel out, so it'll just be x. And what I do in the one, I do on the other side. And the same with the root of 25. That would be 5. What I do on the one side, I do on the other side. And this will be my final answer. I can't go any further than this. Okay, so my next example, and I think this is a pretty good one. Just get this. Okay, will be 18 to the power of 2 negative 32. So in part 1, we talked about the common difference. Now this is where that gets into play. Remember in part 1, I told you about the different strategies you can use to factorize, and that you need to memorize all of them in that specific order. Now they are, if we look back, they are the firstly, common factor, second, difference of two squares, thirdly, trinomial, 4, grouping, and 5, difference of cubes. Now please remember them in this order because this is the order you are going to follow. So my first one was common factor, and every time I get to a new question, I'm going to ask firstly, 1, is there a common factor I can take out? And in this case, yes, there is. The common factor here is 2. So now I'm going to take out 2. Okay. And as soon as I take out 2, I need to work with the rest. Okay. So 18 divided by 2 is going to give me 9. X squared stays because I didn't take anything out there. Negative 32 divided by 2 is going to give me 16. Okay, first thing done. Yes, now my next question is 2. Is there a difference of two squares? Yes, there is. So now again, don't forget your 2. I'm bringing my 2 down, but like I said, you're going to make two little brackets. One is going to be negative and one is going to be positive. So now, what is the root of 9? 3. What is the root of x to the power of 2? We said those cancel out, so it's just x. And what I do on the one side, I'm going to do on the other side. So 3x on this side too. Now, 16. What is the root of 16? 4. And what I do on the one side, I do on the other side. Now, can I go any further than this? Is there any different squares still? No. So this is where I end for now. Okay, done.